What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to the Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. And before I get started with my SmackDown review, I would like to thank everyone who has been viewing my shorts, as well as last week when you gave my SmackDown review 300 views and so many likes. With between the shorts and the views itself, thank you guys so much. I do not take that for granted at all. And without further ado, thank you guys. Let's get into tonight's review of Friday Night SmackDown, which came from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Let's get into it. Short note on wrestling news. Last night I saw the Braves defeat the New York Mets. By the way, Braves are one of my favorite teams. All the Atlanta teams are my favorite team because I'm from Georgia. But last night the Braves won, defeating the New York Mets in their hometown of New York. But I noticed something near the end of the game. I noticed that Stone Cold's music was playing sometime near the end. And if you saw the Braves game yesterday, you would notice there was some Stone Cold music playing. But let's get into tonight's broadcast of SmackDown, which opened up. We got the fireworks back. I'm so happy about that. I'm also happy about the fact that they're letting people like Rousey take pages out of Stone Cold's book. Stone Cold, some of you have seen this channel called Attitude Pop, which pays tribute to some of the great moments of the Attitude Era from Stone Cold Steve Austin. And and they had a video where Stone Cold held Raw hostage. Not the wouldn't be the last time, but he held Raw hostage until Mr. McMahon came out and admitted that Stone Cold, not Mike Tyson, was the toughest SOB. When they say Mike is the baddest man on the planet, it was just a figure of speech. Stone Cold's got a figure of speech for you, and he'll beat up anybody, whether they're 18 or 81. But in any event, Rousey took a page out of that playbook, fighting with security guards. And what was so hilarious is as Rousey was going for the armbar, the security guard looked so terrified. His eyes were widened, and it was hilarious. He was wide eyed, terrified. But unfortunately, Rousey got arrested, and as the cops ran out, Roman came in. Also, we have, let's go forward. We have the women's tournament as announced earlier. Zaya, Nikita Lyon, and Zoe Stark. No, she is not related to Iron Man, but Zoe Stark and um, Nikita Lyon were unable to complete medically. So, what do you do when you can't get those two on board? You inject SmackDown. You inject SmackDown with a lethal dose of poison. That poison being toxic attraction. Toxic attraction. Gigi and Jade. The if I did I say that correctly? Is it? I hope I said that correctly. Sonya and Natty. But in any event, those two came to SmackDown, and also we had Bailey and her new trio with Dakota Kai and Io Sky, the evil Sky and Kai, indeed, to watch as Toxic Attraction took on Sonya Deville and Natalia in her home country of Montreal, Quebec. And why in the world did Michael Cole? There was a moment where Michael Cole had Gigi for the sharpshooter before Jay, what's her name? I believe it is JC interfered. I hope I said that correctly. But Gigi was in the sharpshooter, and Michael Cole said it may be shades of 1997. Cole, what were you thinking, dude? Dude, that's not something we want to remember. By the way, I talked about my thoughts on the Montreal cheap job. If you want to check that out, let me know your thoughts about how you felt about that. I gave my opinion. But Cole, why did you Why did you mention that like it was some sort of good thing? It wasn't. We are trying to erase that from our memories, dude. But in any event, the poison of NXT, as I jokingly call them, defeated Natalia and Sonya Deville, while Bailey, who loves Michael Cole like Paul likes Kayla, sat behind Michael and watched the whole thing while taunting Michael. But in any event, Pat was happy to see everybody. Pat gets along with everyone except shirtless Corbin. But of course, in any event, now my mixture is between Toxic Attraction, Bliss and Asuka, and of course, the evil Sky and Kai. Indeed. I'm just playing. Also, Hit Row comes out to interrupt Maximum Male Models, and Maxine thinks that their song "We're Back" is very catchy to her. Now I got a quick question for you guys. Seeing what Hit Row did tonight, I got a question. The Acclaim from AEW or WWE's Hit Row? Who's your favorite pick? Let me know your answer, your feelings in the comment section below. Also, Cross has a chilling promo for Drew McIntyre, and I have a strong feeling that Cross is going to interfere in that match at Clash of the Champion. I thought he was going to get involved tonight, but he didn't. Also, speaking of chilling, we saw the Raiders do a chilling promo about the New Day. By the way, I cannot wait for Big E to come back. Also, let's get into this 5-way match. Now, in this 5-way match, we had Ricochet, Shirtless Corbin, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, of course, and then we had, who was the fifth guy? Madcap Moss, whom I used to call Magic Mike, to see who would face Walter. Also, by the way, for those of you who are new to this channel, I do not use the name G. I call him Walter because that new name is ridiculous. I don't care what anyone says. It's ridiculous. Either way, let's get into the match. Great 5-way match. And I'm also very happy to say that SmackDown stopped doing SmackDown shorts and matches, because they used to have matches just last month or so. All the matches they had were less than 5 minutes and they would move on. Not anymore. We got some creativity. Thank you, Triple H. So we had the match open up. We had Sami Zayn getting a pop. Even though he's a heel, he's in his hometown, so he's going to get a lot of love. Just like MJF and AEW would get a lot of love if he went to Long Island. Everywhere else, because he was such a good heel, he would get booed out of the arena. So, we got the Ole chants going on, and Sheamus cuts his thigh a bit, his left thigh a little bit. We got the Ole chants going. We got Sheamus, who cut his thigh, punching everyone in the chest, giving Shirtless Corbin 10 beats, giving Ricochet 10 beats. Almost everybody got 10 beats. Everybody got mad, though, when they tried to put it on Sami Zayn. Sami didn't get the 10 beats. Ricochet got 17. We saw Sami Zayn fly, which is something you don't see him do often, seeing as how he's a heel, and heelish wrestlers are not supposed to do exciting moves. But because he's home in Montreal, he did something exciting and the crowd loved him. However, he got injured and they had to take him backstage, which left Ricochet to be the highlight of the match, going for a shooting star press onto Sheamus, but Baron Corbin, or should I say Shirtless Corbin, broke it up. Sami Zayn came back and went for the haluva kick to Ricochet, but it was broken up, and Sheamus kicked Shirtless Corbin to win the match. Darn it! I was like, nah, because even though I usually don't root for Sami because he's a heel, but because he was home, I thought he should have won because that's his hometown and home country. But nonetheless, since he did not win in front of his hometown, I will say this: Sheamus versus Walter, and I call him Walter, not that ridiculous G name. Sheamus versus Walter is going to be an excellent match at Clash of the Castle. And I know Walter's going to be the favorite because that's his home continent. But I also know that nobody is going to leave that match without a red chest. In fact, this is just a joke. After this match, I'm going to name the episode of my commentary will be Red Chest Diaries, except there won't be any sexual themes to it. Also, but both their chests is gonna be red. Between the 10 beats of the Balor and the fact that Walter is the master of smacking people's chests, we're gonna have to make what is called the Red Chest Diaries. Either way, it's gonna be epic match. Can't wait to see it. Liv versus Shotzi. Shotzi dominated most of that match. I forgot Shotzi is from Oakland, California. Speaking of Oakland, California, what in the glass shattering helicopter is going on? Did you guys hear that the boss got theft? Someone broke into her car. She couldn't even go into the building for 5 minutes and somebody broke in. I gotta commend Sasha for keeping a smile and laughing at the whole situation, because I would have no smile on my face. I would be pissed. But she remained positive and laughed it off. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at the devil, in the words of the church. But either way, Sasha gets her car broken into less than 5 minutes after it was parked in a parking lot in Oakland. What the helicopter? But either way, Shotzi dominated most of that match with Liv Morgan, but somehow, after talking trash to Liv fought back and went for her finishing DDT, won the match, and then Shayna came and attacked her, but she spared her so that she could make it to Clash of the Castle. I think Shayna is about to go back to being scary again. I think this can also be thanks to Triple H. But she's about to be scary again. Also, last but not least, we have Roman Reigns, who talked to Sami Zayn earlier tonight. I don't think Roman is feeling Zayn too much. I think he's smiling, but he's like, yeah, you got it, Uce. You got it. You're going to be a part of the game. That's how I think Roman feels. But for 719 days, 719 days, ladies and gentlemen, the Tribal Chief has ruled. Of course, he says that anyone else who thinks they're carrying the company is lying. Drew McIntyre comes out. By the way, the promo that Drew and Kevin Owens had this past Monday was total fire. But either way, Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns get into a brawl because Drew challenges him. Sami Zayn comes out and takes a bullet, but Roman gets the Claymore kick as well. However, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really don't know if they're going to book Drew McIntyre to defeat Roman Reigns. And I have a high feeling that Karrion Kross is going to interfere to the expense of Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Champion so that they can start their own rivalry, because right now Karrion is the wild card in the mind of Drew McIntyre. But that's my take on what happened tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. What do you think about tonight's broadcast? Let me know in the comment section below. But I also know one thing. Labor Day weekend is going to be a very busy weekend because we got Clash of the Castle, and Sunday we got All Out, AEW's Mox versus Punk. Thank you guys for your views on that short, by the way. I am done for now. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. See you later, folks.